Welcome into the Cowboys Report. I am Tom Downey. Combine is wrapped up, so we're back in the office and studio today here. We're going to begin with some rumors on today's show, but first we're going to have multiple videos, not just like 7 videos over 7 days. It'll be more like 10, 11, maybe even more, depending on what the Cowboys actually do in free agency. All right here. Hit that subscribe button right now for free Dallas Cowboys videos. We'll begin with what will be the top Cowboys story for the next week-ish, give or take, depending on when a move is actually made. It's on the future of Ezekiel Elliott. Will he be staying as a member of the Cowboys? I'm going 2 stars, just like we were on him not being here. I know Jerry Jones has made some significant public comments about, is he going to be back? Is he not going to be back? He wants him back, so says the one and only Jerry Jones. But I'm really not sure that I'm buying this. When it's all said and done. Jerry said he wants to keep Zeke, but I promise you, Elliott will not be back at his $10.9 million base salary. There's no way the Cowboys are going to get on board with doing that. Now, they're going to try to work out a major pay cut, and this does come in light of the news of Tony Pollard being franchise tagged by the Cowboys. He's making $10.1 million. From a cap hit perspective, you're investing something like $27 million at this moment in running backs, which is more than what you paid Dak last year, by the way, on the salary cap. But that number's not going to stay the same. It's going to be much, much cheaper for Elliott. And I get that Jerry's comments caused panic. I do think the timing there matters. I'm not sure at that point that Jerry had met with Zeke's agents, and there might have been just some playing nice publicly on that standpoint. Because in the end, this is still Zeke's taking a big pay cut to stay in Dallas, or he's gone. You are not going to pay Zeke a $10.9 million base salary. There's a 0% chance you do that. And frankly, if they do somehow, fire the organ of the sun. That's what you have to do. Because Elliott is not the same guy that he was at his prime. He's not. He's averaging basically 4 yards a carry the past 3 years. That's not good production. That is replacement level production that you can find from a Malik Davis, from somebody not even on the roster at this moment. It is a lot easier than people want to admit to find that to play. No, because he does a great job maximizing the short runs, but that's not a $10 million salary type of offer. It's simply not. So there will be change in this running back room for Dallas in 2023. Pollard's here. I'm not sold on Zeke. And given how great this running back draft class is, I bet they're going to take somebody maybe even earlier than you would want. So the pinned comment on today's show, will Ezekiel Elliott return to Dallas this upcoming season? Y for yes and for no. Get your predictions at the pinned comment, especially if the ad break comes here on YouTube. Let's go to our next rumor, also from Jerry and the bus that I'm not allowed on. And many of you also advocated for me to do bad things to, which my lawyers again advised me to disavow. 1 star on them doing something special in free agency. Want to know why? Because the Cowboys don't do anything special in free agency. How many times has Jerry Jones in some capacity said something resembling don't rule us out doing blank, and then blank never happens? The Cowboys trades, draft, free agency, paying somebody, not paying somebody. It's not something big from that standpoint. The Cowboys just haven't done anything in that category for a long time. That's just not how they operate. Now, the Cowboys are looking for another receiver, whether it is draft, free agency, trade, but here's exactly what Jerry Jones had to say. Don't dismiss us doing something special with the right veteran free agent. I do want to emphasize the free agent part there. Any place. I would in a New York minute if I think I think that it fits a lot of what I'm sitting here talking about, if it fits us more than a short-term solution for us. All right, I'll believe it when I see it, because they've had chances before to do something special in free agency. And they've done it a long time ago, not so much in Steven took over with more power here. Last real one was Brandon Carr, and they thought that was such a bad deal, even though it honestly wasn't as bad as they made it out to be, because I think they were almost more burned by Nnamdi Asomugha being a disaster when they tried to pay him, and Philadelphia beat them for that they're skittish in free agency, and it continues to show in their philosophy. We'll go more in depth on this and who maybe Jerry thinks could be something special. But first, today's show is sponsored by Athletic Greens. I take AG1 by Athletic Greens literally every day. Get comprehensive and convenient daily nutrition at athleticgreens.com/chatsports. I gave AG1 a try because I wanted better gut health and I wanted a supplement that actually tastes great. I take AG1 in the morning, and it makes me feel ready to take on my day. Once I've got baby Olivia set up with her breakfast, I make my own AG1. I don't feel the need for caffeine in the morning anymore, and I feel energized throughout the day. Plus, AG1 empowers the gut for whole body health. Covering my nutritional basis for the day literally couldn't be any easier. That's why I trust Athletic Greens. I mix one small scoop of AG1 with water or apple juice some mornings and drink it first thing. I'm done like that, and I like that it costs less than $3 a day. It's a pretty good deal, if you ask me. It's a really effective daily habit with the highest quality sourced ingredients. That's a win-win. If a comprehensive solution is what you need from your supplement routine, then Athletic Greens is giving you a free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. Go to athleticgreens.com/chatsports. That's athleticgreens.com/chatsports. I will remind you guys, the link is in the comment section and the description of today's show. The travel packs are perfect if you are, I don't know, for example, on the road in Indianapolis at the NFL Combine, not able to have your normal stuff there. So that's athleticgreens.com/chatsports. Let's talk Odell Beckham again, since Jerry would probably describe this as doing something special, although the current version of OBJ is not what you'd, I think, define something special here. The Cowboys do want another playmaker, whether it's draft, free agency, trade. I think one of their biggest assets, picks, or money is going to be spent on a receiver, maybe even a tight end. There's a great tight end class in round 1 this year. But I don't think OBJ qualifies as something special anymore. He's coming off the injury. Jerry says he still had some communication there. It's fairly quiet from the team side at this point. So honestly, I wouldn't get too attached to Odell Beckham. Look, if you want to try it, cool, let's try it. You're doing something, I guess. But I also wonder how much that really fixes your issues at wide receiver. So do you want OBJ? Because now you're in full-on free agency. Maybe you want to sign someone bigger. OBJ for yes, you want to add Odell Beckham. No BJ for no. You'd rather pass on the once best receiver in the NFL who has battled injuries in recent years. Let's talk receivers here. How about a trade for one Allen Robinson? I'll give this 1 star. And it's also like 1 star my desire to acquire him. The Rams are shopping Allen Robinson amid the just bad year he had this past season. It was not a good showing from Allen Robinson, from just overall play, production, all of it. And I don't think he's going to intrigue the Cowboys that much. He's due $15.25 million this year, has a non-guaranteed salary of $10.75 million next year, plus a roster bonus that would become guaranteed that they could cut him before they would owe it to him if they needed to. He has not been the guy that he was at his best with the Bears and Jags, and now he's entering his age to 30 season. They're about making that happen. $15 million is a little bit less than they wanted to pay Brandon Cooks, who they didn't get that deal done, and Cooks was better than A-Rob was last year. All of that raises real red flags for me. We'll go more in depth on this, but first, since, trades are fun and the Cowboys, it'd be nice if they made one there. Name a player you want to trade for. Any player, any position, just please be realistic. Drop it for me in the comment section right now. The last 2 years from Allen Robinson, here's your wild, true statement of the day. Noah Brown has been better. Let that sink in for a second. 339 yards this past year in a bunch of games, 410 in 2021. He has not played very well for the Bears or the Rams these last 2 seasons. And I'm not interested in paying a bunch of money salary-wise for a guy that I think it's a very real question mark how much he really has left in the tank at this point. Final news item here, a Terence Steele's tender has been made official. A second round tender. I thought that they might go with the first round tender. They go a little bit cheaper there. It's 4.3 this year. It's like 6.01-ish had they gone the first round tender. My suspicion is the Cowboys think because Steele's coming off that torn ACL that they'll be able to get him, and teams are going to make a big offer for a guy coming off the injury. I think they will try to work out a longer-term deal. Reminds me of when they got one done with Blake Jarwin. Hopefully works out better than the Jarwin deal. That one was very backloaded, and they didn't really pay him that much before they moved on from him. But Steele will be back in Dallas. The second round tender, the way it works, teams can make an offer sheet to Terence Steele if they want to. The Cowboys can then match that offer or get a second-round pick back in exchange. I think the Cowboys prefer to just to pay Steele because there is a lack of competent offensive line talent around the NFL, and Steele has shown he can be a potential starter in the NFL. So I bet he's back in Dallas next year.